Right, the following floating point number is represented using 6 bits for the mantissa, 4 bits for the exponent, and again they have explicitly stated 2's complement. Convert to denary. Okay, so our starting point, whenever we've got to go from float to denary, is to start with the exponent, because we need to know. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say the exponent. I'm going to look at this number, 2's complement. It's a positive number, so I can read it, and it is 4. So exponent is plus 4, which means this number is going to get bigger. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write out the mantissa, and I'm going to put where the binary point currently is. If it's in this format already, the binary point is always implied between the first 2 bits. So I'm just going to write this out because it'll make it easier for me to do the working in a sec. Right, so that's the number as it's held, but the exponent says make it 4 bit positions bigger. So I need to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to put my arrow on, and I'm going to put my binary point. As soon as I've done that, and I'm going to do it on a separate line here, I can put some column ends in. I've now unnormalized this. So I'm going to write unnormalized, which I can't spell, obviously. It'll do. Okay, so unnormalized form I'm going to write. I'm going to annotate it. I want the examiner to know what I've just done. So I'm going to write it out again before I put my column ends on. And I'm now going to put my column ends. So I'm going to do the fraction bits first. So that's obviously a half, and that's a quarter. This is 1, 2, 4, 8. That's the sign bit. So I'm just going to put sign bit. So I know it's a positive number. So it's plus, and I'm going to be explicit about this. So the answer is, that looks like 9. And that's a quarter. You don't have to put 2.25. You can leave it as a fraction. If the fraction was hideous, you'd want to leave it as a fraction anyway, because you've got no calculators, remember. But the steps with that, always, if you've got a number in floating point format, start working out the exponent first, because the exponent's going to tell you how to move the binary point. Okay. On the mark scheme, they actually awarded marks for that. So they said, like, identify the exponent, or you could have had a mark for doing that. Okay, so